to Drew University to play softball, but I also applied to Montclair State, Fordham, Stevens Institute, and Fairleigh Dickinson.
Okay, so for my application for college, the biggest helper was probably my mom. Also, I felt like the school, we could have talked about it a little bit more. I know we talked about the process, but the actual application, I feel like for next year's class, might be beneficial if they get a little bit more in depth and give some pointers and advice for the kids.
The college application process was very stressful, but really helps is talking to your guidance counselor or getting a college advisor that is really an expert in the area so that they can answer any questions that you or your parents may not know the answer to.
I'm planning on attending to 5 schools: Muhlenberg, Bentley, Montclair State, Rutgers, and Monmouth. I have only applied to 2 so far. I'm interested in going into business finance or accounting, and I'm taking the SUPA financial accounting dual enrollment class right now, so hopefully I'll get into some business schools, but as of right now I'm not sure yet.
The criteria that I use when writing letters of recommendation would include anything from the person's character to class performance to their involvement in the actual school. On average, I'd say that I write about maybe 10 letters of recommendation per year.
So I think that, writing a recommendation letter is a tough thing, but I think that whether you've known a student for 3 years or 1 year or 2 months, it really is ultimately about the kid and your relationship with them. So some students, even this year, have come in a bunch of times to meet with me. They're very talkative and outgoing. It makes it easier for me to write the letter, but even for the kids that aren't, I still, while it's a little bit harder, I still can find, the good in all students, and that's why the interviews are really helpful. So I think the most common question from students is whether or not they should apply early action or early decision to any particular school. I think that's sometimes a struggle, even for me to say, yes, it's a good idea, or no, it's not. A lot of the other stuff you can kind of figure out on your own as far as filling out the application, but when it comes to certain things like those big decisions of when to apply and whether to apply early, that's a common question that we get, and I think that's something that kids struggle with.